Hi guys! I promised that I would make some videos with some frugal meals to help everyone that maybe needs to save on their grocery budget right now during these kind of difficult times. So tonight I'm gonna make one of my favorite boring recipes, pork chops with carrots and rice. This is something I got from one of those silly meal delivery kits, and I realized all their meals were cheap and not worth it because they're a business, they're trying to make money. So I canceled my subscription to them, but I got some great ideas. And my favorite thing about this is they had this honey sriracha sauce, and they had all kinds of nasty chemicals in it, like this chicken thing that smelled like dog food, like all kinds of horrible things. So I realized the thing that made the hugest difference was the sriracha. So I would just drizzle that over the roasted carrots, and that's gonna take this recipe from boring to amazing. So I'm gonna turn my camera and show you how I do this. Okay. So what's important here is to time it right. So the carrots are gonna take the longest to cook. So we're gonna start with those, and I'm gonna cut them at an angle. Can you see? You can see. You want them to be kind of equal so they cook at the same time, but I'm not too OCD about it. So you want to make them the size of a French fry. I don't know, that's half an inch. I don't know. Sometimes my brain is still in metric. So I would say a little bit less than a centimeter. Maybe half a centimeter. You see, kind of like that. And the carrots are gonna take at least 30 minutes to cook. But if you like them really caramelized on the outside and soft on the inside, you probably need to do more like 35, 45 minutes at 425. And my oven has an air fryer setting, so I don't preheat it. So it probably takes a while to get to the 425. So I would say 30 minutes if you preheat your oven should be great. I did this backwards. This was not a good idea to leave the thickest part last. That one's too fat, so I'm gonna cut that one in half. And there's 5 of us, so I did 5 carrots. You can do more. They're really good, and they're good the next day, and they're really good in a salad with a vinegar dressing. The sweetness of the carrots with a vinegar dressing is amazing. So I'm gonna spray this paper with some olive oil and put the carrots in there. I'm gonna spray the carrots with some more olive oil, and I'm gonna do some salt. I don't like to do pepper when I put them in the oven because I feel like it kind of burns. And just spread them a little bit so they're not really touching, since I have plenty of room. And if you want to be really lazy with this, you can just dump a bag of baby carrots. They turn out amazing. So if you don't want to peel them and chop them, just do a bag of baby carrots. So I'm going to get these in the oven next. And I'm gonna set this to air fry 425 starting now. It's gonna take a little bit of time for it to get to that temperature. Next, we need to do the rice. So the rice, I'm just gonna do in the Instant Pot. And I always have my butter by my Instant Pot, which is the worst idea because then I get like a whole bottle of butter. And with the rice, I could do it the right way and soak it and wash it and be all crazy. And oh, and I spilled it. I spilled a whole lot of rice on my floor, so that's fun. You see? Yay. The kids actually like to sweep, so they can do that for me later. If I want to be lazy, which I kind of do all the time, I just put that in and eyeball it. So that is 1 1/4 cups. That should be enough for 5 people. So I just dump it in there and then I double the water. If you do it the right way, where you soak it and you wash it and you do all that, you can just do 1 per 1. So 1 cup of rice with 1 cup of water, and then it will turn out amazing. But I'm pretty happy with my lazy way. So I'm gonna do some salt first. Where's my salt? Here it is. And I'm just gonna dump this. And you wanna make sure the water is covering the rice. And this, once the pressure builds up, it will be 10 minutes, but it's gonna say 10 for a long time because it takes a while for the pressure to build up. So it's a little bit longer than 10 minutes, but not as long as the carrots. So I'm gonna move this out of the way now. And I'm gonna show you what I do with the pork, but I'm gonna go grab my gloves first. I'm back. So, and this is a piece of pork loin. That's the cheapest cut of pork. Well, no, there's another one that's cheaper. There's like a butt roast that's cheaper, but that one's very fatty. This one is kind of easy. So I buy the pork loin and I cut it into pork chops myself. And that's the cheapest way to buy pork chops. So with the pork, I just do salt and pepper. And garlic powder. on both sides. Oh, and you know what? I just realized there's a whole bunch of rice on my cutting board, so I'll have to be careful to get it off the pork before I cook it. So again, you can make this a lot more complicated. You could marinate it with something much yummier. But if you're looking for something cheap and easy and fast, this is all I do. Because this recipe is all about the sriracha sauce. So this is it for now. I'm gonna let it marinate and I'll be back when it's time to cook it. Okay, I'm back. There are about 3 minutes left on the rice, so it's time to cook the pork. And I keep my cast iron pretty seasoned, so I'm not gonna add any oil or butter or fat or anything like that to the pork. I don't think it's necessary. I'm just gonna let this preheat, and it's gonna happen pretty quickly, and then I will cook it. Then I'm gonna go grab my meat thermometer. Patience is not my strength. So here goes the first one. Yeah, it's good. Could have waited a few seconds longer, but so I don't actually know how long I cooked these for, but if I had to guess, maybe 2 minutes per side. I am gonna set a timer for that. But I always check them with the meat thermometer anyway. That's the Instant Pot that's going off. I'm gonna turn that off. And I'm gonna let the pressure out. It's kind of fun. I should probably turn this down actually. There we go. I might have burned it a bit. Ah, no, that's fine. Just some rice flour stuff. So I'm gonna set a timer for another 2 minutes. And I hope the carrots are done because I love veggies and I think the carrots really are the star of the show with this meal. Everything else is boring and the carrots give it a lot of flavor. And then my favorite thing. Sriracha is my kind of spicy. Like, I can tolerate some spiciness, but certain things I just cannot. Like, I cannot do wasabi. If you put that and it touches my sushi, you're gonna ruin my night. Because I don't know what it is about wasabi. I cannot deal with that kind of spicy. But sriracha or habanero or anything like that, it can be pretty hot and I'm happy with it. Just don't give me that horseradish, I feel like my nose is gonna fall off kind of spiciness. I don't like that at all. I'm trying to see which one of these is the thickest so I can test it for doneness. I'm thinking this one. And the pork needs to be up to 150, and then it will get up to 165 while it rests. But if it's not 150 right now, then it's not ready. It's not, it's 131. So I'm gonna flip it maybe a few more times. I'm gonna give it another minute here. I'm gonna check. The carrots look like they're almost done. I keep finding more rice on the pork from when I filled it. So I'm gonna check it again. So it's up to 140, so it needs 10 more degrees. So I'm gonna flip it again and give it 1 more minute. That should do it. And I actually turned the burner off because I have an electric stove, so there should be enough heat to cook the rest of this. Okay, the timer went off again. I'm gonna try it one more time. And I can tell the numbers are moving much faster. And it's actually up to 160. Somebody's trying to call me in the middle of my video. That was rude. Okay. So this is ready to be out. And the carrots are nice and burned. And we all like burnt carrots, even the little ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and plate it. You know what I'm making? Rice. I did make rice. So there you have it. And I like sriracha on everything. So I'm just gonna go for it. There you go. The easiest, most boring meal, but if you add the sauce, it's gonna be amazing. I hope you enjoy it. Bye.